there is one verse, 155, which gives a very important principle. It says, in the backdrop of the Battle of Uhud, when there were some Muslims who did something that caused harm to other Muslims as well, they were asked to stay at a certain place, no matter what, and yet they moved away from it. And that caused a lot of damage to the Muslims. The Quran mentions about them. Innal lazina tawallaw minkum yawmal taqal jam'an. Indeed, those who turned back on the day when the two armies met. Innamas tazallahumu shaytanu biba'di ma kasabu. You know what happened? It was Satan who caused them to slip because some of their wrongdoings, some of the deeds that they performed earlier. Now, what it means is that at times when we are not able to perform well, we do something wrong. What we do is what we did not expect, that is going to be so disappointing. Look back and try to figure out what wrong did you do. So quite often it so happens that we do things wrong deliberately. Allah knows it. And the end result is that it has its impact on our future performance. So the Almighty here mentions this principle. And that's what the Quran does. I keep telling people that, look here, the amazing way the Quran has given us guidance is that it takes us along in the journey of the Prophet and his companions. The mission that he accomplished over a period of 22, 23 years is what the Quran keeps describing in 7 different groups, from the beginning till the end. From the beginning till the end. You are a part of that process. And while that journey is being described, you are also given guidance. So, when you start admiring the way the Quran has expressed its message, you get the pleasure of being a part of, in the company of those great people, and you're also getting guided through the principles that have been mentioned. Then I move on to verse 169. This again is something that fascinates. The Quran talks about the people who were killed in the Battle of Uhud, the martyrs, about whom the hypocrites were saying that they got killed unnecessarily. There was, God forbid, there was incorrect planning about the whole matter. Had it been planned properly, the way we were suggesting, this damage would not have been done. So the Almighty says, وَلَا تَحْسَبَنَّ الَّذِينَ قُتِلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتًا. Do not think of those who have been killed in the cause of God as dead. بَلْ No, they're not dead. بَلْ They are alive. عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ يُرْزَقُونَ. They are being provided with risk provision in the company of their Creator. فَرِحِينَ بِمَا آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. They are rejoicing in what God has given them, bestowed upon them. وَيَسْتَبْشِرُونَ بِالَّذِينَ لَمْ يَلْحَقُوا بِهِمْ. And they are receiving the good news regarding those who have not joined them as yet. That is, Allah khawfun alayhim wa lahum yahzanun. For them too, there is going to be no fear of the future and no sorrows of the past. Imagine the Quran is getting revealed and is talking about some people who got killed. And the Almighty is saying, yes, they are there, fully alive, enjoying their lives, and rejoicing the fact that very soon they're going to be joined by some other companions. It's amazing. يَسْتَبْشِرُونَ بِنِعْمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ. They are rejoicing the good tidings of favor from God, of Fadlin and His bounty. وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. And they are now fully confident and they've experienced that God does not cause the good deeds and the rewards of believers to be lost.